first things first.
Very uncomfortable out here at all.
We've
shifted, man. After we got through 6 months of the show, we're like, let's just have fun. Let's just relax.
Now we're just a bunch of friends that sit around and occasionally talk sports.
They were a little jealous because the boss, after the last segment we had with you,
don't say that.
Yeah, they're a little jealous because the boss sent me to say good job, and then a fan was like Mannix.
For real, like he showed us the text, and then both of us went like this.
Yeah, Big D. You know how we do.
Wait, I could use a text telling me I did a great job.
For the
too.
love of
Thank
God, text her now so we can get on with the show, please.
Hey, last night, Chtis Mannix, we got a preview of what could be the Eastern Conference Finals. Cavs and Raptors also gave us what will probably be the result of that matchup. Cavs beating the Raptors 112-106. I did that for you, Nick, behind 27 points, 10 rebounds out of LeBron James. Pretty standard fare for LeBron, right? Good February, good March. Turns out April's still good. Cavs have now won 9 of their last 10 games. LeBron James spoke on his team's future moving forward.
We don't know what we can become. We don't know. we have no idea, but right now we're playing good ball. We want to try to continue that, but we don't know what we can become. We have not been whole all year.
I feel like I'm setting this up a little bit when I ask this because I want to tee everyone up on this set. But did the Cavs erase any doubt that they are the favorites in the Eastern Conference?
No, of course not. There's still lingering issues with this team that are significant issues. Now, not to, rain on your everlasting parade over here.
No parade. I'm excited to hear this.
But look, there are things the Cavs are doing great, right? LeBron is having his best offensive season in a long time, maybe in his entire career. They're getting healthier. Kevin Love coming back. Last couple of games, I've seen Kevin Love really start to regain that three-point stroke, which is important for his role in the offense. Rodney Hood has been more assertive over the last couple of weeks than I've seen him in his time in Cleveland. But can we not get overly excited about this stretch? Because look at schedule. We look at the games they won against the Raptors, and the Raptors are scuffling right now. The Raptors have lost their defensive identity over the last 6-7 games. But besides Toronto, it's Brooklyn, it's Chicago, it's Dallas, it's a bunch of also-rans. Wake me up on Friday if they beat the Wizards. Wake me up on Saturday if they beat the 76ers.
So beating the team that has the best record in the East twice in the last 2 weeks that has now put in question whether or not the Raptors will finish with the best record, that's one you're still sleeping on.
Which they did at home, where the Raptors are a different team. The Raptors in Toronto, only 6 losses on the season, one of the maybe the best team in basketball.
Okay, so I just listen.
The numbers, the home to away, to your point, are, they're ridiculous. They are a different team when they're in Cleveland playing. The last 3 years. Not just this year, the last 3 years, those numbers would dictate.
And Toronto's a different team in Toronto. Toronto's an excellent team on their home floor.
Okay, so who can beat them? Because I need the answer to the question. If the Cavs aren't the overwhelming favorite, who can beat them?
I'm coming full circle. Boston can beat them.
Oh, that's so adorable.
Because
is Gordon Hayward still coming back?
No, those Players Tribune things got to stop. They need to stop right now. Because everybody gets all worked up. Gordon Hayward is not coming back. Look, if I'm Cleveland, I want to play Boston the second round. I don't want to run the risk of having to play Boston in the conference finals, because second-round Boston could look a lot different than conference finals Boston. Kyrie Irving, 2 weeks away maybe from being back on the court, probably misses some or all of the first round. Marcus Smart still overcoming that hand injury. Both those players likely to be back for a conference finals matchup. You don't want to play Boston at full strength. Okay. You'd rather play them in the second round.
What we do know is, though, that Boston, at least record-wise and points per possession-wise and differential-wise, about the same team with and without Kyrie this year. Actually, they win at a better...
Yeah, it's a record, whatever. I don't care.
Okay, well, listen, if we're just going to throw out... You can't count the 9.
But you're actually going to sit here and say that they're a better team? Or
what I'm saying is I think they have about the same ceiling with or without Kyrie.
Oh, no, God, don't say that. Don't say that. That's ridiculous. Come on, man.
Okay, listen, right now the Celtics are, when it comes to the playoffs, a very flawed team. You know why? Because this guy's in there. Who's guarding LeBron? Yeah. Tell me the answer to that. Tell me.
There's nobody in the league that you can say he's guarding LeBron. No. Not a single player outside of maybe a healthy Kawhi Leonard that can guard LeBron James. Let me tell you something that you are not factoring in all this. You're not factoring in Brad Stevens. The edge that Boston has in the coaching department is significant. I've been watching the games they've played over the last couple of weeks. Brad Stevens took a skeleton crew to Portland and won out there.
They almost won last night.
I know. They almost won last night with Kadeem freaking Allen as the starting point guard.
Okay, Mannix, let me...
Okay.
no one gives Brad Stevens more praise than Nick Wright. I have to slow him down. I mean, he says, Pop Steve. I was like, hey, slow down, Nick. Like, the guy just got there. So Nick Wright, but now he believes in the coach more than anything else that they have there.
I think the coach is their single best asset. Not Tatum, not Kyrie, not these future draft picks. I think it's Brad Stevens. So I don't discount Brad Stevens. I do, though, when you say that the Celtics, where if Kyrie comes back, and by the way, if you're Kyrie, you trust in this Boston medical staff? When you're a pending free agent in a year, and it is a knee injury after what you saw happen with Isaiah Thomas, like, I'm not.
The apples and oranges too with the knee versus the hip.
And I know you are a true believer in Jason Tatum. And by the way, I missed on Jason Tatum coming into the league. I thought he was going to be the fourth or fifth best player in this draft. Does not look like that is the case. Jason Tatum, looks like they did a brilliant job trading from 1 to 3, getting an extra pick and getting Tatum. But who was the last rookie to make a difference on a good team in the playoffs?
I don't know, but Jason Tatum is going to be the first. Jason Tatum is going to make a difference with this team in the playoffs. He has done it all season long. First month of the season against Golden State, played like crap for 3.5 quarters, wound up winning the game for them at the end. He has been entrusted, guys, all season long by Brad Stevens. He doesn't look over his shoulder when he misses 2 or 3 shots because he knows he's staying in the game. And Nick, you know, look, the last time the Cavs and Celtics played, the Cavs spanked Boston, right? Went into Boston, blew them out. That was one of the first couple of games they played. Actually, I think the first full game they played with their new guys, right? Had a bounce of energy in their step with those new guys. A month prior to that, in Boston, the Cavaliers got worked over. They were just controlled the entire game in Boston. I think the gap, or what these two teams are, is somewhere in between all that. That's why I give Boston a chance if they get all their guys back.
Yeah, I give Brad Stevens credit. He's done a remarkable job. But you need to give that guy some credit because there is no answer to him. The only way you can answer LeBron, there's only 3 answers in the NBA. In the East, it's Joel Embiid. You answer power with power because no one's going to be able to guard LeBron.
Right, you're not saying Embiid guarding LeBron.
No.
You're saying getting his points.
You have to have that type of mismatch where you can take advantage of him. I believe that slows down LeBron. And then we know the firepower they have in the West. No one in the West can guard LeBron, but the firepower in Houston and the firepower in Golden State, that's the only way you can.
But you guys continue to sit here and, you know, look, you mentioned Houston, Golden State, 2 teams that are top 10 defensive teams. You continue to sit here and believe that this Cavs team is just going to flip a switch.
Don't include him in
sorry. You sit here and believe that this Cavs team flips a switch and becomes a playoff-ready defensive team. I haven't seen it, Nick. I haven't seen it all season long. You've got to show me. And don't say they did it last year and the year before. It's not the same team.
What you just said to me, and I'll be quick here, is that you won't believe it until you see it, and I can't use anything that happened in the past as evidence.
It's a different team.
If I can't use the past or the future, I don't know exactly what you want me to say. But what I will say is this. What I have seen is, I have seen in 2015, we heard the Cavs are a year away, LeBron just got there, the Hawks are really good, and then they sweep them, and the narrative flips. Oh, the East was whack. In 2016, the Cavs are a mess, they're firing their coach. Is LeBron ever going to win a title again? And then they almost sweep through the entire conference, and the East was whack. Last year, oh my God, the Celtics are going to be the 1 seed. The Raptors might catch them in the playoffs, and then they win 10 straight to start the playoffs. And once again, the narrative, oh, the East was whack. All year long, I've heard, watch out for Toronto. Boston's ready. Philly's coming. Giannis might be on LeBron's corner. And in 6 weeks, the narrative will be, well, of course, they're 9-0 going into Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
The East was whack.
I'm so sick of it. The reason the East looks whack is because the greatest player ever has been romping them for 15 years. And the sooner people recognize it and stop saying, you know what? I think Yabusele is the guy?
Yabusele.
Yabusele is going to slow him down. Last night we saw OG Anunoby try to slow him down. How the hell is that working for everybody? It's nonsense, but I'm excited to have you back when we talk about it.
Would you be surprised if they lost in the first round?
Gosh.
They being the Celtics or the
Cavs?
Cavs? I'd be surprised if they lost 1 game in the first round. That's what I'd be surprised by.
So I'm just going to actually take this caffeine.
No, give me my coffee.
I don't think you need another sip of that
That's
thing.
some Easter preaching right there.
I mean, it's
Chtis Mannix, look what you did to our Nick Wright. Thank you so much for being here. Coming up, the Pats dealt Brandon Cooks. What's next for New England?
How can he have faith in Kyrie who we ain't seen yet? Like, what we going to see with that? He said, like,
We haven't seen Kyrie do it. Kyrie,
with that knee.